The New Orleans Saints are hiding a monster, and the rest of the league has no idea. While Twitter argues over Tyler Shuck's ceiling, and analysts debate whether the rebuild is real, Mickey Loomis quietly handed an undrafted rookie edge rusher the largest UDFA defensive check in 3 seasons, $267,000 guaranteed, nearly double the next defensive UDFA on the roster. The Saints know something. They are not telling you what. Now the offense. Tyler Shuck finished his rookie year with a 67.6 completion percentage, 2,384 passing yards, 10 touchdowns, and a 5-4 record across 9 starts. He won 4 of his last 5 games. Mickey Loomis spent over $170 million in free agency. Travis Etienne signed for $52 million across 4 years. One offensive lineman worth $15 million per year shifts the entire identity of this team. Jordan Tyson at pick 8 gives Shuck an elite separator. Chris Olave anchors the room. Oscar Delp and Noah Fant rebuild the tight end group from scratch. Kellen Moore now has the weapons he wielded in Dallas and Philadelphia. Brandon Staley took over a defense ranked 16th in scoring and reshaped it toward a 3-4 front, built around Chase Young, Carl Granderson, and a trade haul landing Tyree Wilson from Las Vegas. The NFC South finished last season with 3 teams at 8-9. Every rival is beatable. By the end of this breakdown, you will know why the Saints own the cleanest path to 10 wins in football. You will also know one Mike Clay projection so bold it ranks Shuck ahead of Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes. The Saints are not hiding a monster. They are hiding 3. But before we get into that, hit that like and subscribe button for more Saints and all the NFL content. Can we get 500 likes on this video? The Saints opened the season 1-7. Then Spencer Rattler hurt his finger, Tyler Shuck took the wheel, and the floor lifted. 5 wins, 4 losses, a 67.6 completion percentage, 2,384 passing yards, 10 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, a 91.3 passer rating. Numbers like these from a rookie second-round pick happen once every few cycles. Numbers like these from a rookie with no receiver room outside Chris Olave happen almost never. Pull the tape. Shuck threw touchdown passes to Ronnie Bell. He threw scoring strikes to backups behind backups. He stole a road win in Charlotte. He beat Tampa 24-20. He hung 34 on Tennessee. He won 4 of his last 5, with a rebuild around him still half finished. The story everyone outside Louisiana keeps repeating is the warning, do not crown him after 1 half. The Saints fans watching every Sunday saw something else. The leader, the timing, the calm and pressure. The throws, no one with 8 starts is supposed to make. Now Kellen Moore enters year 2 with a full offseason of installs. Shuck enters year 2 with weapons everywhere he looks. The film is real. The trajectory is real. The patience Mickey Loomis preached in January looks easier to sell in May. The question for Shuck is no longer whether he is a starter in this league. The question is how high he climbs once Kellen Moore opens the playbook. Now flip the field. Brandon Staley walked in this winter with one mission: build a pass rush worth fearing in the NFC South. The Saints finished 16th in scoring defense and 4th in passing defense last year. The problem lived in the front. Demario Davis walked to the Jets. Cam Jordan remains unsigned. The pressure room had holes nobody outside Louisiana saw clearly. Staley moved fast. He coached Joey Bosa with the Chargers and knows what an elite edge looks like. He pushed Mickey Loomis to swing a trade with Las Vegas for Tyree Wilson, the former first-round pick. He signed Anthony Jennings from the Patriots, a 6-year veteran with 7.5 career sacks and 0 quit. He brought back linebacker Caden Ellis to plug the Demario Davis hole. Behind it, Chase Young and Carl Granderson handle the bookends. The front looks deeper today than it has in 3 off-seasons. The scheme shift matters as much as the names. Staley wants a 3-4 front, with Wilson rotating inside and Chase Young flying off the edge. Younger legs, faster runs at the quarterback. The Saints finished 19th against the run in 2025. the weakest spot on the defense. Staley spent his Chargers years building elite pass rush groups, and his Rams coordinator Stretch produced one of the most feared front sevens in football. Watch a 16th ranked defense climb. One question still hangs over this room. Why did Loomis pay an undrafted edge rusher like a draft pick? Mike Clay dropped a projection on May 6th, and it broke the internet for about 8 hours. Then everyone moved on. The headline still has not registered for most football fans. Mike Clay projects Tyler Shuck to finish 4th in the NFL in passing yards in 2026. 4,051 yards? Higher than Joe Burrow? Higher than Patrick Mahomes? Let the math sink in. Shuck averaged 250.67 passing yards per game across his 9 starts last season. Stretched across 17 games, the math lands at 4,261 yards. Drew Brees was the last Saints quarterback to throw for 4,000 passing yards back in 2017. No Saints quarterback since Brees has come close. Mike Clay is not predicting a leap. Mike Clay is predicting math. This is the bet hidden inside every Mickey Loomis decision this offseason. Spend on the offensive line. Spend on a true number 2 receiver. Spend on a running back who catches the ball out of the backfield. Build the room around the throwing arm. The Vegas win total sits at 7.5. Mike Clay projects 7.2 wins. The Mike Clay yardage number says something neither win total fully reflects. Behind every projection like this sits a draft class, and the Saints quietly put together one of the deepest classes in football, with one undrafted name worth more than most of them. 8 picks. Pick 8, Jordan Tyson, Arizona State. Pick 42, Chrisen Miller, Georgia defensive tackle. Pick 73, Oscar Delp, Georgia tight end. Pick 132, Jeremiah Wright, Auburn guard. Pick 172, Lorenzo Styles Jr., Ohio State safety. Bryce Lance, North Dakota State wide receiver. Berrien Brown, LSU, return specialist. TJ Hall, Iowa cornerback. The headline is Tyson. The hidden value is Delp. Jordan Tyson at pick 8 is one of the cleanest separators in the entire class. 61 catches, 711 yards, 8 scores in 2025 at Arizona State with 2 missed games for hamstring. His tape against Texas Tech, Oregon, and TCU shows a route runner who creates space like a number 1 receiver. Chrisen Miller at pick 42 anchors a run defense ranked 19th in 2025. Oscar Delp ran a 4.4940 at 6.45 at Georgia, with 70 career catches and elite blocking grades. Bryce Lance ran a 4.3440 at the Combine. Berrien Brown returned a kick to the house in the Texas Bowl. Now the hidden name. Mickey Loomis handed Michael Heldman, an undrafted edge from Central Michigan, $267,000 guaranteed. The next defensive UDFA on the roster signed for $55,000. Heldman posted a 9.88 RAS, ranking 26th among more than 2,000 edge defenders since 1987. 10.5 sacks last season, 16.5 tackles for loss, a 92.9 PFF pass rush grade, third best at the position in college football. Brandon Staley coached the older Bosa brother in San Diego, and he sees a third Bosa here. The monster the Saints are hiding has a name now. Michael Heldman. Look at the standings from 2025. Carolina won the NFC South at 8-9. Tampa Bay finished 8-9. Atlanta finished 8-9. The Saints finished 6-11. The entire division ended last season with no team above 500. The NFC South is the softest division in football, and nobody outside the South wants to admit it. Now stack the rosters. The Falcons rely on Michael Penix Jr. and missed the playoffs on tiebreakers in 2025. Tampa Bay throws to Baker Mayfield, but the defense bleeds yards. Bryce Young in Carolina took a step under Dave Canales, but the Panthers ranked among the worst in scoring. None of these 3 rivals added a receiver with the ceiling of Jordan Tyson. None of these 3 rivals added a guard with the contract of David Edwards. The Saints own the second easiest strength of schedule in football. Opponent winning percentage from 2025 sits at .434. The Saints finished 4-1 in the final 5 games of last season, and 4 of the final 5 games this season fall against NFC South opponents. The closing stretch in 2026 tilts in the Saints' favor in a way no other contender in this division enjoys. The cleanest path to 10 wins in football runs through Louisiana. Now, resolve the mystery. The signing nobody talked about. The signing worth $15 million per season. David Edwards walked into New Orleans from Buffalo in March on a multi-year deal worth $15 million annually. The Saints ranked 29th in pass block win rate last season. They gave up the 8th most sacks in football. The interior collapsed every Sunday. Edwards is the fix. Stack him next to Eric McCoy at center and Cesar Ruiz at right guard, with Kelvin Banks Jr. and Taliesin Fuaga at the tackles. The Saints turned the weakest unit on the roster into one of the most experienced in the division overnight. Add Travis Etienne on his 4-year, $52 million deal, and Tyler Shuck now plays behind a top 15 offensive line with a bell cow running back behind him. Etienne hit 1,107 rushing yards last year on 260 carries in Jacksonville, plus 6 receiving touchdowns. The Saints filled every offensive hole in one offseason. This move recalibrates the entire season. Tyler Shuck no longer carries the offense alone. Kellen Moore now owns a play-action package backed by a real run game. Jordan Tyson and Chris Olave run routes off concepts Kellen Moore mastered in Dallas and Philadelphia. The 8th most sacked quarterback in football from 2025 enters 2026 behind real protection. The Mike Clay yardage projection stops sounding bold. The Mike Clay yardage projection starts sounding low. Now to the prediction. Vegas at 7.5. Mike Clay at 7.2. The over-under feels low for a reason most pundits keep missing. The Saints finished 4-1 in the final 5 games of last season, and 4 of the final 5 games of 2026 fall inside the NFC South. Week 14 at Carolina, Week 15 at Tampa, Week 17 at Atlanta, Week 18 home against Tampa. Now drop the schedule context next to a healthy Tyler Shuck, a Jordan Tyson, an offensive line stacked with David Edwards, and a defense led by Brandon Staley with Michael Heldman climbing the rotation. The Saints open in Detroit, travel to Baltimore, host Las Vegas, then meet Atlanta on Monday Night Football on October 5th for the 20th anniversary of the Dome-coming game against the Falcons. The Saints play Pittsburgh in Paris on October 25th. Then comes a bye in Week 8. Stack it all up, and 10 wins is not the ceiling. 10 wins is the floor. Drop your prediction below, win total under 10, and you are betting against the second easiest schedule in football. Win total at 11 or 12, and you might be early, but you are not wrong. The Saints win the NFC South. The Saints break their 5-year playoff drought. And if you want every roster breakdown like this one before the season opens, hit subscribe so the rest of the Fanatic Field Offseason series lands in your feed first.